I'm very glad to talk to der Shaw for my magazine Spirit, the Smile and the Storm, and the YouTube channel and the format Gentlemen Among Themselves, the Spirit meets Dash Shaw. Congratulations to your film. I watched it on my laptop, on my MacBook, and I'm very happy now to see it on the big screen.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Because for me it's created for the big screen, of course.
Yeah.
And for me it's really a masterpiece. I was surprised that it's in the section Generation. It's a wonderful section, but for me it could be also in the competition. So are you satisfied also that you show the film in this Generation section, because I think it's not a children or a movie, it's more for adult people, in my thinking.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, but you know, Generations also showed my first movie, and I had a great time showing it to a bunch of teenagers, and when I was a teenager I saw like Pulp Fiction and stuff and I loved it. So you know, I'm happy that the Berlinale would select it, and you know, I'm told that you know, Europeans have a different kind of attitude about what is acceptable to show children. So great, I'm happy that they would screen it.
And there are so many wonderful images in the film. Also the music is superb.
Yeah.
Maybe first we talk about the composer. How did you find him and how did you work with him? The music was, maybe he had some parts of the music before and offered to you, or of course you watched the film and then you worked together. Please explain.
Yeah, well, I live in Richmond, Virginia, and you know, I worked on this movie for many years, and I knew that if just as an audience member, if there was an R-rated animated fantasy movie called Cryptozoo, it would have to have a great score that felt new, and that was part of the draw of the movie, you know. And if I didn't deliver on that, it would really be disappointing. But I don't know how to do it. I'm not a musical person. I don't know many musicians. But also in Richmond was this guy named Rick Alberson, who's made movies called The Mountain, the comedy entertainment, and he knew the label Jag Jaguar. So I told Jag Jaguar about my movie over the phone, and I said it's like the, you know, the movies that I hoped that Cryptozoo would be like Fantastic Planet or Akira. They all have really, really incredible scores that are unexpected, and they really collide with the picture, and they're intuitive, and they aren't necessarily what you would picture if you just saw what you would imagine it sounding like if you just saw the drawings. So I told them about the movie, and they recommended this guy named John Carroll Kirby, who I had never heard of before. So then I went to LA and I met him, and he had never scored a movie before, but his music was perfect for Cryptozoo. I loved it immediately, but I didn't think he would want to score. He didn't seem interested in scoring a movie, you know. He was doing his own stuff, playing in bands, touring a lot with other people. So the idea of having to score something, maybe it didn't seem like we were going to get him. But then by the time the movie was ready for composing, it was during coronavirus, and all of his tours had been canceled. So he was stuck at home, so we got him.
This is
yeah, he had nothing to do. All of his touring was canceled.
The only good thing on the coronavirus.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, fantastic. I really love it because it's dark, sometimes also full of rhythm, yeah, and it brings you into the movie, yeah. Also when it was really, but what you told me before with the music is also the whole film. Unexpected things happen, especially the opening sequence with the man and the girl, yeah, playing there. You think it's in the jungle, or then it's the Cryptozoo, they enter it, yeah. And then also unexpected that he died and she killed.
You got spoilers. You got too many spoilers.
Okay, maybe I cut it, but I just want to say, I don't tell the whole story, but many unexpected things. And did you have the title first, Cryptozoo?
No. Do you mean the idea for the whole thing? Well, I wanted to do something about mythological creatures. I had actually seen a Winsor McCay short called The Centaurs, an unfinished film from 1920. It's on YouTube. And you know, Winsor McCay, he did like Little Nemo and Slumberland and Gertie the Dinosaur. And I feel like all of his projects are kind of about doing things that you can only do in drawing. Like Gertie the Dinosaur is like resurrecting a dinosaur through the magic of drawing, kind of like Jurassic Park. So here was this master of animation who had kind of had this idea, but he hadn't finished it. And the fact that it was unfinished, I think, gave me room to kind of imagine what it would be like. That short, that little clip is also kind of, it has a sexiness to it. I think you could watch it and decide for yourself. But so that was an early, the idea of drawing as depicting imaginary beings was before everything else.
And even Cryptozoo has many cruel moments. It's also, in my thinking, a very romantic movie.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad
to
you
save
say
the
that.
creatures, the different creatures.
All of the people have a kind of different relationship to the imaginary world, you know? So then the movie is kind of...
But what is it? What is it for you?
What do you mean?
Yeah, your feelings about, you are the creator, of course, but of course we can't do it without feelings. So what do you see and feel in Cryptozoo? Can you agree when I say it's also has a romantic side, or is it new to you?
Well, romantic feelings, when a kind of romance I feel like is beauty and drama, and the main woman in this movie has a kind of look that's inspired by Pre-Raphaelite paintings, Dante Gabriel Rossetti paintings of Jane Morris, and just her face has a very kind of iconic, sort of, one might say, romantic look. So I want it to be full of love, but it isn't like a boy meets girl kind of movie, and oftentimes the human characters have a, I would say, kind of unhealthy attraction to the imaginary world, the cryptids, but I feel like it's a real love from them. I don't know. It's a variety of different thoughts about that. But if someone said if the movie was romantic, I'd say sounds great.
And sometimes it reminded me also on King Kong, even with when they want to hunt the creatures, this bad guy, it's really terrible. What is it? I want to do a spoiler again. So can we talk about influences? Maybe you named before also Fantastic Planet. Is this a film that influenced you?
Yeah, do you know that movie?
Of course,
yeah. That has kind of these Hieronymus Bosch-like, figures that it's stop motion, but because each of the pieces are painted, it doesn't look stop motion, So I would say kind of technically that we kind of modeled how the cryptids are painted on that movie, meaning they're puppets, but it doesn't look like puppet animation because each of the legs of a cryptid are separate paintings. I'd say formally that movie was very, very inspiring.
Cryptozoo looks very handmade, but I think you worked also a lot with Photoshop.
Yeah, it's kind of like it goes through the computer. Everything, instead of photographing it, we scan it, and things are rigged on the computer. So it's using the computer, but my eye is only used to seeing things before the computer. I mostly watch older cartoons, so I can tell when something looks computer generated, and so I make sure that everything kind of stays looking, that passes my eyeball test.
And you work together with your wife?
Yes.
Right? But she's not here now.
No.
Oh, sad.
Took one. Yeah, I know. She would actually really love this this venue too, with the raccoons and the frogs and everything.
And when did you start the project, film project Cryptozoo? I think, as you named before, it's a long time project, right?
Yeah, I guess I wrote it in 2016 and storyboarded it in 2016, and then Jane kind of became involved in 2017, and so it was kind of like full production mode for, I don't know, 2017 to the end of 2020.
I have a poll in my Spirit magazine where I asked actors, directors, and other human beings about their all-time favorite films. And with you, I would do two parts, short. Can you name me your three all-time favorite films, and then please name your all-time three of your all-time favorite cartoons?
Oh, can I? Oh, my three favorite films ever?
Ever.
I think they would be animated movies, though. Is that
Okay, then I have a good combination.
Definitely Akira. I think Akira is, just as a feat of drawing, is just like an incredible, like comparable to like the pyramids or like walking on the moon or something. Like it's like really an astonishing feat of that humans did this. That's really how I feel about Akira. The Susan Pitt short film Asparagus. Mm-hmm. Incredible movie. I've watched it many times. Really beautiful and full of complexity, and I don't know if you've seen that one. That one is very great. And Ponyo. Ponyo by Miyazaki.
Ah, okay, Miyazaki, yeah.
You know, I love Noshka, but I watched Ponyo. I think Ponyo is also just kind of incredible feat. So is that good, or should I try to think of a few more?
Now you are here with Cryptozoo, but do you have a next project, and can you announce it? What will it be? Because what can come after Cryptozoo to us?
I'm working on another one. I have an animatic. You know, I want to somehow figure out how to make them more efficiently and faster and be able to make more of them, because you know, yeah, going the way I'm doing it, I'm only maybe get to make 2 more, you know, and just the amount of work that goes into each one, and kind of it's not sustainable how I've done it. So it's also too much pressure, you know, to put on a movie, to have your whole life really in it. I mean, the movie's full of a lot of different things. I think because we spent so long on it that it had to be dense. It kind of couldn't be simple.
But you can't do it just alone. You need also many other people to create.
Yeah, this is a small. I mean, it's a small group of people, but I definitely want to make another one, and I hope that it won't take me another 5 years.
And you also always wanted to go into the movies before you were becoming famous as doing cartoons or comic books, yeah? So this was always your thinking, I do this first and then second going into the film?
Well, you know, I always like, part of it is I always liked, it wasn't like I want to make movies, like I don't have any live action movie aspirations. The only kinds of things that I'm interested in are these kind of limited animation cartoons that come out of comics, like, and they're often made by cartoonists. You know, like Tezuka did Astro Boy, the comic, and the cartoon, or the Charlie Brown Christmas special. There's like a mode of filmmaking that is related to comics So I always liked that. And then, but I didn't think I would be able to do it because I thought I would have to move to LA and, spend years working in a studio. And so that was unappealing. But then when I figured out that I could do it independently, just like how you do comics independently, then it was all ahead.
So if Disney or Pixar would knock on your door one day, what would you say?
Well, I don't. I've made 2 movies now, and they haven't knocked on my door. I think they're not. That it's just a different world.
Yeah, for me too, but
there are movies that get made that involve lots of people that are incredible. I'm sure it would be possible to do something with the studio. I just don't know what or how or.
And let's talk about your visual style of your film.
Say it again. The what style?
Visual
Yeah.
style. What is for you important? The content to mix with the visual style, and how can you transport it into the film? You do first the drawings, and then how the working process. Maybe talk a little about it. Especially an example for Cryptozoo.
I storyboard everything, and so in the storyboards there's ideas for how backgrounds will look, and then I would say there's kind of like a casting process of casting different artists, and I know what their paintings look like, so their hand comes in very strongly. And then the final part, I would say, is almost like collage, where I'm taking pieces, Jane painted something, Sophie Franz painted other people, and some pieces are actual, kind of like collage, like a photocopy of a tree or something, and aligning them. So it's kind of like some kind of pop art collage process.
And there are many creatures in the film, yeah? Do you have a favorite creature, and you can name why?
Yeah, the center of the movie is the Baku, which is a dream-eating creature. And I had heard of a Baku because there's an experimental kind of manga anthology called Comic Baku.
Yeah.
And I had seen like a Hokusai drawing of a Baku, and so it felt like a great idea for a movie, because movies can be so dreamlike. So a dream-eating creature felt like a perfect movie topic. And then when Jane painted her, she really she gives its ear kind of little flick. She gave it so much character, and it's such a weird little being to be kind of the subject matter or the center of the movie. So I love the Baku.
And was it easy to find the actors who do the dubbing or give the voice to the creatures or other protagonists and antagonists in the film?
Well, first, on High School Sinking, we had most of it drawn before it had been voice cast, so they were kind of dubbing it. But this one, I didn't draw anyone until it had been cast. So the people, all of their character designs are somehow kind of inspired by the actors. So like Lake Bell's look kind of inspired that pre-Raphaelite kind of painting look. And nothing is really easy, but I wouldn't say it was easy to get them. We recorded the 2 kind of lovers at the beginning of the movie, the hippies, in 2017, and then we used that section to show other actors, so they would kind of know what what the movie was going to look like. So all of the people after those two, Michael Cera and Louisa Krause, had more of an idea of what they were saying yes to.
And what do you like to give to the audience? From, I think, not just entertainment. Is there more?
Do you mean?
Yeah, you have a message, or when you as an artist, and this, I want not spoiler too much because you stopped me in the beginning, and maybe you're also right. But this film is full of content, and Save Beautiful Creatures is one of the messages. But yeah, do you have a personal message you like to give to the audience, or you're just happy when they overwhelmed by the images? Is it more than just entertainment?
The kind of thing is not to kind of it's not a dodge of the question, but it feels like the things that are worth expressing are not wouldn't be a one sentence kind of one sentence locatable in words statement.
Yeah.
That ideally it's kind of more like an experiential ride that is meaningful, and that if it could be if it could just be one sentence, then it would kind of be less interesting to me. But
And the last question, now you stay here at the summer special of the Berlinale. Before it was shown just online, yeah. Are you satisfied now that it's not just on the big screen, it's open air cinema, and not maybe like Zoopalast inside, You love open air cinema, and do you think it's good to show it in the open air cinema, or you would be more satisfied when it's like a normal festival like before? Normal, you know what I mean? Quotes.
I'm not picky, I'm good. Even people, yeah, I'm really, maybe because I spent so many years making books, and books have a intimate one-on-one experience, and so like watching something online at home, I think is more like a book experience, and so I'm very happy with it. And I tried to make something that would function well that way, and then seeing something like this where it's more communal and it's got a great energy, and I tried to make something that's like a light show and is a good night out for all these people, like it's their whatever Friday night. Like I wanted it to be a good Friday night. And I do think about that a lot. But indoor, outdoor, I don't know, it's all good. I wouldn't think to try to
But
pick
maybe
one or
it's
the other.
a special experience, Cryptozoo, with the forest, with the park, also
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
film,
totally.
so it's perfect
Totally.
to show it here.
And there were drive-ins in the United States, around Sundance, and it was, of course, I had never seen my movie in a drive-in before. That was super cool because like you're in your car, and so the sounds are coming from and something about like that J.G. Ballard thing about cars where it's part of your body, and so like it feels like the music is coming from your head, because you're used to hearing music while you're driving and looking out. It was amazing.
Thank you so much. This was Der Shaw for Spirit is Mine in the Storm, and the YouTube channel Gentlemen Among Themselves, The Spirit Meets Der Shaw. And my favorite creature, of course, is Siberian Wolfdog Husky Mix, Felix. Thank you.
Yeah.